say maybe IX Mike just doesn't play Grim. I've never seen that. So.
I've never seen him play it either. Well, it will just continue trade farm up top, but the Centaur doing a little bit better than the Morphling, obviously, but this Kunkka is starting to take a pretty heavy lead in the mid lane. 28-2 versus 19-5. Uh-oh, the bottom rune, he's gonna blink forward. He does pick it up. He will get hit by the Torrent, but he's gonna be okay with that. But look at this. Fear's gonna be over here, and guess what? Blink's on cooldown. Ryoya's gonna have to do some crazy stuff. There's gonna be the X. He might just be going down here. There's no might. He will be. And nice rotation from Fear there.
That was clutch.
Comes over at that position for Bat Rider. Well, so wait, because if you're position 4, obviously you want to get some items. Does he just stack jungle? Is that where he's going to get the farm on Bat Rider?
I think you're going to have some space open up for you with the cores rotating, and then eventually, like, you will have the option to jungle. It's kind of a weird spot. I've never actually seen Bat Rider 4. I've seen it 5, 3,
like
2.
10 years ago. Yeah, exactly. You've seen it 1?
Oh, sorry. I was 5.
Dude, that'd be hilarious. If you've seen a 1 batter, I'm like, damn, you have seen the future of Dota. Uh-oh, Moose, the X. It is only level 1. He actually gets the bounty and he runs back into it. Here comes a boat. Here comes a torrent. This should be a kill here on Moose. And it will be. 9 ends up picking it up, and they talked about it, looks like, but you just want that middle who moves around, and Kunkka already 2 runes, 2 kills. They will pop the shrine as well. Shower with the boys.
Morphling recovering nicely. He's a hero that is pretty hard to kill, I'd say, super early game, but they have the tools. If they can get that bug on him from the Grimstroke following up after the Hex, they absolutely have the burst damage needed to kill him. So this is never a free Morphling game. Rightfully so, since they first picked it overall.
Yeah, you hope it's not if you're on the Beast Coast side at least.
Yeah.
Well, Brax is going to try to cut some creeps. 1437 will continue to go after him here. Morphling, happy. And Brax isn't over there. And now will be another shrine used. So both shrines used by the Dire already. Well, neither used on the Radiant. And there will be a double damage top. Looks like Ryoya will pick this one up. Bottle plus 2 nulls. Still not doing terrible even with that death. Has 10 denies compared to Kunkka.
Going on bottom here. Get the pounce with the Inkswell on the Slark. Really big kill if they can get it.
And then it would be a
oh my god, it's so close.
But maybe not. He does have another level 3 Dark Pack, but instead Fear's just eating Moose alive. He's gonna be able to get this kill. He's just flying over him, and he does. There will be a hold, and now Leo needs to at least get this one kill. He gets it on Fear, but I explained he's gonna go down as well. Now it's Move versus Leo. There's gonna be a rotation for Ryoya. Double damage there.
Didn't get the Agi though from the second kill.
And that would have been pretty nice. I mean, honestly, right? Every agility matters in a game like this.
It snowballs, but you're more than happy to get 2 kills right there. Really good rotation from Ryoya. Yeah, you're trading 2 supports for it, but most importantly, the Slark Legion matchup's really snowbally. Like, if Legion can just duel you and bully you out of lane with that kill threat, it really limits your farm a lot on Slark. But on the other hand, Slark represents a lot of kill threat on Legion, so it kind of goes both ways. Really important to swing that in favor of the Slark, who is level 6 now.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be really hard to kill him at this point, but Brax, he might get found. There's going to be the X, there's going to be the boat. We're going to hit him with the Torrent as well. Sure looks like in Rezo. Yep, that's my kill, he says. Hits him with the level 1 adaptive.
Slark is going for Midas without boots. Yeah, he has the Wraith Band and the Wand, but interesting to me that he chooses that build because of what I said about the Slark Legion matchup. If you die once going for this Midas to this Legion, it makes it not worth it. So he has to be really careful. They are going to catch the Legion with the Shackle, long duration.
1437, he does have the level 2 heal. That is a lot of heal. They do get the stun off though. Leo going to continue to right click, but they won't be able to bring him down.
Yeah, usually Slark has multiple points in Essence Shift at this point, but because he was max impact against the Bat Rider, you're seeing a pretty standard, like an old build on Slark.
Yeah, this is the I'm just gonna farm up a lot kind of build.
And it makes sense, I guess, with that idea in mind that he's going for the Midas.
Dire will scan. They will get a red, but it turns green. IX Mike. Oh, there's a regen. That's mine. And he gets the Hex off, so he continues to get the charge. He's using all the mana. Where it comes over, maybe looking for a kill, but won't be able to get that regen rune since Mike had to take it. Elsewhere, Brax, he's just getting chased down by Fear now. And as they talked about, even position 4, position 5, the Centaur does not feel good if the Bat is in that lane.
And if you look at the net worths, actually, all cores are on the Dire side are like 500 ahead of their counterparts, approximately. I guess the offlaners are about equal. But Kunkka #1 in the net worth, and he has the Radiance queued up. It's not amazing versus Slark, but the mischance is good. Bottom lane, yeah, it was just a brawl constantly.
It is, but look at this move. He doesn't care. Is this going to be a free duel? Will they get the kill? He comes down here. Oh my lord, and this could be a double. There's going to be one. Mike even stays alive. Will they chase that fear? The nuke does hit. The Shadow Strike will take him down. And wow, another good rotation from Ryoya. Again, this Quap saving the bottom lane right now.
But man, he missed the ult on the Legion. Mike could be hitting for a bonus 10 damage, Grant.
Damn, he would have loved that. You know, Mike. What? Mike? What's he gonna do? That would be a lot. Shadow Showing just has 100 base damage. He's like, yeah, this is great. All right.
Yeah, obviously we're joking, but good rotation from area. Just didn't get the duel win. If it was on like the Slark, that would have been relevant, but it wasn't.
10 damage on a Slark or even a Quap, right? That makes a ton of difference. There will be a Torrent coming out, so Ryoya will tank that harass. 10-minute runes seem to be pretty important right now. I'm curious, will we fight for the bounties? Are we going to fight for the normal runes? It looks like 9's going up top, so yeah, Ryoya, he is just going to pop that shrine finally. He's going to fight for this top rune. There might, he's got to be careful. It's Brax and Ryoya, but guess what? It's 9, Fear, and Moo. They are just hiding. I like it. It's nighttime. They're just hiding behind the trees here.
Midas on the Slark done pre-10 minutes. That's pretty early. Obviously, he skipped the boots, and he's going to have to go back for those.
Okay, so it won't be the rune. And look at this Moo. He's looking for a duel. Oh, it's an arcane rune. Oh, my bad. I missed 1437 going down looking at these runes, but 9's going to get a arcane rune as well. Do you like the straight up Radiance? Isn't he sometimes armlet into Radiance? Why is he just going straight?
Yeah, sometimes you'll see armlet, sometimes you see drums.
Thanks for that.
I don't think... I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't know too much about Kunkka in terms of like the exact details of when it's proper to go these mid-game items. It's just it might just be as much as a playstyle thing for the player. The Radiance is quite potent in this game, but also at the same time, I look at Kunkka and I'm like, if I had like BKB Halberd, I'm like really powerful against the Slark and all the other damage. Like all they have is Slark plus magic damage, and so that's going to delay those items. I think that's what he'll go after the Radiance, and maybe that's why he's skipping like the armlet drums, because he knows he needs like specific items past the Radiance. That may be the idea behind it.
Structures are fortified.
He hasn't been nearly as active as I thought he'd be, but that is showing in his net worth, right? Like even though the Quap's been the one rotating, the Kunkka ends up being the #1 net worth because he's just hitting creeps.
Oh, misses the Torrent stack there on Kunkka.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool how you can do that. I always forget about it. Morphling does rotate bottom.
Oh, there's a smoke, though, from Ike's Mike as well as Moose. They're both
careful.
level 6. Rezo, he could just get Hexter signs. Whoop, they're going over. He gets the Hex off before they can do anything. There's going to be an easy kill. Nice job by Ike's Mike. And it felt like he had time when he saw him, but there is going to be a lasso. This could be a kill on Queen of Pain. There's the duel, and it will be. So a big kill for big kill trade there, but you get the extra damage on the Legion. But Morph dying, I mean... pretty even trade, I guess.
It's even, but I'd also say that based on what's happening in the lanes, like who's pushing what, that favors Beast Coast. Because meanwhile, Slark's farming top, Centaur was pushing out mid, working on his Blink Dagger, about 700 gold off. So I'd say that just goes in favor of Beast Coast. And we were talking about how, as the game goes on, I think Beast Coast is favored. And a lot of things have seemingly gone right for them so far. And it just shows how weak their early game was when Cap was worried about how the lanes were going to go, because they're up in kills. It seems like a lot of good rotations coming out from them, and they're still down by 1,000 net worth. Legion queuing up that Blade Mail first.
Is that, you like that instead of a Blink or anything? We even saw a Vanguard Legion Commander some other day. You just like...
You can't go Vanguard against a Slark, because you're just feeding a message shift. I think that it's an offensive and defensive item, and it makes it so that Slark can't really kill you unless you're permanently disabled while you're... It's like a map pressure thing. If you have a Blink, you're vulnerable to getting initiated onto, and since he has like a Kunkka to start... Like the Legion duels and his Yules are up in the air.
Yeah.
Fear working on some drums, so no blink from him either.
Okay, so that could be an issue coming up. You don't know that. Sure, I guess they're just all in on this Kunkka X getting somebody. Yeah, Moo continues to just farm up. He will have his blade mill now over at the side shop.
Is under attack.
Centaur, does he have blink on Centaur? He does, so they're looking to potentially make something happen here. I don't think he's been scouted.
Illusion.
Solidly in middle. 9, just trying to clear out that middle wave. He does have enough for the relic fee, which is to purchase it.
He's actually so rich on Kunkka. He's beating a Midas first Slark, pretty much. And Slark had a good lane.
Yeah, it's close, but as you said, 9, he continues to move farther and further ahead. And look at this, there's 4 heroes over here. They really want to kill someone middle before they get that tower, but eventually you're just kind of wasting time at this point, it feels like.
Yeah, nobody's showing bottom, nobody's pushing top tier 2, so it's pretty obvious that Beast Coast is somewhere around the mid lane, but looks like they want to fight.
Wow, Brax is in here.
He's gonna die here, aren't they? 2-man stop maybe?
He thought about it, but he sees a third. It's a Morphling TB in. Are they willing to commit? They're gonna blink forward. It will be a 2-man stop, gets him in between. He needs a lot of damage, but it's a 3-man ulti from Roy. No one's still died yet. The silence is on the Morphling. He gets stunned again. He goes down. There will be a duel with the blade mill. Will Rioya go down? He won't to the duel, but he will to the Bat Rider. And now I explain he's gonna get run over by this Firefly. They're gonna look for the Slark. I don't think you can kill him, so instead they're gonna turn their attention to Moose and Fear. These two, if you didn't know, strange teammates, but in the last open qualifiers, Fear and Moose did play in South America.
I mean, the turnaround potential from Dire, I guess, is pretty insane. I'm surprised they fought that before the Radiance, and that bodes pretty poorly for the Radiant squad. That they are missing almost all that net worth on Kunkka. Like, you have a 7,600 gold net worth Kunkka, and half of that's on a relic. So, and the fight still went poorly. Undying, one of the best counter initiation heroes in the game. They did use Centaur ulti right at the start, which is pretty much the disengage from Tomb. I heard Kyle talking about it last night. I always thought that Centaur was pretty good against Undying because of the ulti that you haste everybody away from the Tomb, but at the end of the day, that Tomb persists for a long period of time, and that Centaur ulti is not a very large percentage of that period of time. We do see a Solar Crest being queued up by Moo. No blink on him. He's playing it like a Beastmaster, where you buff up the attack speed of one of your cores, and you just buy buff items.
Yep. And Leo, he did go for the Diffusal Blade on the Slark. Switched it up the last second. They're going to fly it out now. Looks like they want to take this top tier 2. They know it was a pretty rough fight middle. Tower did end up going down, I guess, so you get a little bit of that map presence.
I don't like the BKB on Slark. I think Lincoln's is just really good here. You go Lincoln's, then BKB, but BKB's never wrong. It's never bad. It's never bad, so I'm not flaming it. It's just that I think the Lincoln sounds really nice.
Middle tower is under attack.
But that Lincoln's is more expensive, so that's kind of boding that he's saying, like, I need to be ready earlier.
Yeah.
Of course, he did have the Scotty queued up the whole time, and then just went
Gotcha.
Radiant's middle tower is
and this
under
will be
attack.
a tier 2 tower getting taken top. Bottom lane tower is at full HP. I believe Radiance will try to defend this, or do they even care about that bottom tier 2 either?
Nah, you kind of just accept the trade. They're already set up on J-Storm. They'd have to all-in commit for this, and that just doesn't feel good. Your Quap,
is under attack.
pretty low net worth, despite all the successful rotations. Has 3 deaths. Like, yeah, she's keeping up with the Legion, but a solid 2,000 gold behind all the other cores, behind all the 1s and 2s in the game, I guess I could say.
Dire's top tower.
In the lane, Andy is just gonna, or Leo is just gonna keep cutting those creeps. And both teams are just avoiding each other right now. There's a Radiance in the stash now of Kunkka, as well as level 15 coming up, so he's gonna be pretty happy.
Radiant's bottom tower
if he
is
gets
attack.
BKB Halberd, he's like so scary. I don't know what else to say from like a Slark perspective. You just don't have enough damage to bring him down. And the Radiance burn on Kunkka, for people who haven't kept up with Dota, we see it a lot, the Radiance on Kunkka. You're kind of like an X-Torrent boat, and then you're kind of just running around in the fight anyway. And because of the Radiance, it's bound to extend the fight with the Kunkka rum that makes you take 50% damage.
Yeah.
And so in extended fights, Radiance always goes up in value. We might be seeing Leo get caught here. Does break the smoke with the night vision, so he sees them and they don't see him. Good play, actually, by him.
If you didn't know, Slark, the only hero, I believe, with the same night vision is day vision a lot.
You have Lycan ulti, you have Night Stalker, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he doesn't have the same. He has better night vision.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Fear goes down top.
You have some heroes that have talents. You have Wyvern who gets it on her Q. I always like to think about this because it is an important part of Dota. Sniper has extended night vision. I think it's like 1200.
Well, it is important because look at it. He just
1400 night vision on Sniper.
Like he just dodged a gank because of it, right? Like that very well could have just been a kill, but
Vision's a huge part of Dota, and knowing when they see you and when you see them is pretty important. And that's like something that makes. There's like 3 parts of Slark that are super broken that like the average player doesn't know about. It's the fact that you detect wards with your ultimate, the night vision part of it, and then also the fact that you just have. I guess all the other parts are known, so I'm not going to talk about this anymore. We do see Legion get caught in the middle lane, but you have the tombstone behind, and who's actually catching who is the real question.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. It seems like you're just giving some free damage here to the Legion, and there are other heroes. Fear, he's got the tranquils and drums. He's going to try to chase after Brax. They will pop the ulti. Rioya runs down. Brax runs up. He's going to TP behind the tower, and Fear won't be able to find him there. They do know where Rioya is at.
He's
Who's
looking
coming down? It's 9. Oh, and he gets the X. Roy could be in a lot of trouble. He has the Yules. He will pop it up. Was it too early? No. It was well played. There goes the Torn. It misses. Both misses. And Rioya, he's breaking some ankles here.
Yeah, well played by him to blink first, then Yules. If Kunkka was really next level, he would have
right away.
Yeah, he would have X'd the second he blinked.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, it's all mind games, right? Like, if you do this, I'm going to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't ready for that. Like, the instant blink. Usually they, like, hold the blink, they Yules off the X, and then blink away. Yeah, exactly. But, like, so the Yules only last 2.5 seconds, and the X lasts for 4. So it doesn't actually remove the X, but it makes it so if you are up in the air for that 2.5 seconds, so if he, like, gets past the first second and a half of X, he can then guaranteed dodge it, yeah.
What do you think about it? He's going the more carry build after the Yules. He does take the attack speed talent on Quap, and going Orchids next. Is they just need the extra carry, or?
That's honestly strange to me. I feel like Lincolns or BKB are needed to play Dota. Like, how does he play fights? Is how I wonder. There's so much threat. Even just a Bat Rider with drums running at you. Like, if you blink it on Quap, the fact that you can't blink in, all of her animations, even like Dagger, Blink, and her ulti are all like really janky, and it makes it so like you're vulnerable during your cast animations. Top lane, Rezo just doing a little bit of bullying. Already has a Manta, which makes Orchid even weirder to me. Kunkka's gonna have a BKB. You have Legion to purge it off of anyone she's behind. I'm not gonna lie, I think this Orchid might be straight up trash, but
You'll have to see it at least
always
once,
willing to be proven wrong. Like, if it somehow turns into a big kill, by all means, like, it's worth it. Slark looking to pressure a bit of bottom. Legion still no Blink Dagger, so as a Slark player, I'm feeling pretty confident doing what he's doing. But, like, if Legion was off map with a Blink, I would not feel good about this. So that's what's a little interesting about Moo. He doesn't generally go for the Blink Dagger very often. He likes to play these, like, aura carrier type offlaners. So even with Legion, he's still playing her that way. They are up by 3K. Looks like a lot of trades going on this game.
Yeah, it is, because tier 2, it feels like, as you said, Dyer, they just keep setting up. They go behind the tower, they set up.
Kunkka TPing in.
Yeah. He is X, so he just let Lila it. Clears the creep wave. Oh, and the secret, they actually let it die. A little bit of a mistake there from Braxton, but it looks like tier 2 tower goes down nonetheless. Are they pushing base here? They know there's no wards. Yeah, here goes J-Storm. Let's go.
BKB on Slark.
Yep, they glyph immediately. They're like, whoa, our base is getting pushed. We should probably do something.
They might smoke up out of this on Beast Coast side because they have the BKB. But Centaur almost to a Crimson. Quap almost to an Orchid, so maybe they'll wait for all that.
Get your quick item timings and hope you take that one big fight.
Interestingly enough, he delivers his item on Quap. Like, none of those items are in your inventory, and you showed the opponent what you're going, which is always something to consider.
Yeah, he's just farming up the enemy team triangle now as well. And so far, no one really wants to run into each other. 20 kills, 22 minutes in. Blink Dagger is picked up. They got one initiation now. It is picked up on Fear.
Yeah, that's a lot of power in a 4-position hero.
Yep.
What's Grimstroke got? Just a Spirit Vessel against the Morph, but once again, the Legion W is pretty damn good against stuff like the Spirit Vessel and the Orchid.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I feel like they could have just itemized to defend themselves rather than itemizing to be aggressive. You have Shaman, Grim, Centaur, and even Slark alone's a pretty aggressive hero. They are just roaching on the Dire side. They have the Solar Crest, and they also have the Press the Attack. Kunkka to tank. He has BKB. Morphling going for the Scotty.
It's tough. Feels like you kind of have to defend this on Radiant, but you don't know what's happening. Whoa, middle lane, Fear. He's going to try to stop something. There will be a kill coming out. Yep, he goes down.
They have to know that round.
Yeah, Brax is going in, but it's going to be too late. Whoa, really? Blinks in. Almost gets it on time. Resolution now will get stopped, but it won't be enough. Here comes the boat. Will it hit on the Brax? No, it will just give everyone the run. No, it does actually hit on Brax. So now 9, he's going for it. There's going to be the BKB pop by him. The Radiance is burning him down slowly. 9 actually gets with the Radiance. Torrent will miss, but Moose, he is kind of by himself, but there's going to be the duel instead on old Michael. He'll get brought down there, and this Legion, 46 damage, no blink, pretty impressive.
Yeah, I like the idea that Rayo was going with there. They were just a bit too late. Like, the Roche was already too low that when he blinks screams, it's like a stall thing. He's got a haste, he's just going to run away. Yeah. But it doesn't work to stall if Roche is already dead.
Yeah, so. He was only about 1 second late there, but 1 second is one too many. He does have that orc, as you said, 2k gold as well. Looks like tier 2 tower might get pushed by this Morphling. Doesn't want to waste time though, right? Killing those ancients while the creeps come.
God, I just feel like that Orchid is just a wasted 4,000 gold. And Slark uses BKB there. And the sad thing about this BKB Slark is since you don't have Lincolns, you're still forced to pop your BKB like preemptive, or you're supposed to pop your ultimate preemptively because of this Legion, who going Shadow Blade. Just really all against this Blink Dagger. And I feel like with the Morphling Kunkka, your lineup kind of screams, I dare you to come to us. They do catch the co-op, who just dies to a lasso.
Yep, that is a rough one. You see the tip there, yeah, it's, I mean, no Lincolns. Lincoln saves you there.
Classic.
Really, on the opposite side. I mean, it's always
I'm telling you, it happens once a game. It happens once a game. I don't understand it. Like, you know, people may think I'm like flaming them or something, but I watch it happen once per game, and I'm like, it still keeps happening once per game. It looks like Slark looking to put a little pressure on Moo here, but he has 32 armor.
Mike's like, wait, what the hell? Why'd you lead him over here? They are going to Centaur ulti him out, but he did throw the snakes down. They are still chasing Fear.
No lasso.
It's one sticky, but the Solar Crest with that movement speed slow. Now push him on back and give me that dual damage. Bop, bop, bop. Michael has donated quite a bit of damage over here to
I forgot that Solar Crest does a movement speed slow. 9 is in trouble good. Bottom here. Does have BKB though, and they have no way of actually like slowing him down. He's boat buffed and phase boots. And they get him. They have inhibit, as you call, in 3 seconds. He's actually going to go down. That's 17. That's 19 essence shift stacks feeding the Slark.
Middle lane, though. Oh, my goodness. Press the attack on the Morphling. The tower's dead. It's actually just already dead.
And he's got Aegis, so he's not like afraid of finishing it off.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And Slark, interestingly enough, took the 30 attack speed. Generally, we've been seeing a lot more lifesteal, and you're against Legion. So lifesteal goes up in value against like a blade mail duel. But he might just be under the impression that if he gets dueled, he dies anyway.
Yeah.
So it's fine to just try to dump out as much damage during the BKB ult as possible. He was forced to... Actually, no, he was not forced to BKB to bring down that Kunkka.
Ooh, they're chasing for more. There will be a nice pushback there, and they will just back it up. Don't want to push uphill. You never know if Kunkka does buy back. You might be in trouble.
Yeah, you want to like try to snowball off of these 19 essence shift that you got from the Kunkka, but you can't just take stupid fights because of the fact that you have it.
Yeah.
Fear still has lasso. Man, why did you buy this Orchid? I don't understand. Like,
we haven't even seen it used once.
Who are you killing with it? Like, Batrider's working on a Yules. You can get the Dirge, but he has
and
a Glimmer.
He might go, oh no. He has to actually Orchid the creep. There's going to be that, and well, see you later, my friend. There's the duel as well. They do try to save him. It looks like he might make it through. No, he will not. He gets eaten alive, and I know, BSJ, I know. Calm down, my friend, but I'm with you. I am with you.
Like, I just... like, you know, just you talk to him like, dude, give me one reason why you built Orchid.
Yeah, and guess what? They're going to go for this melee rack zone. You see how much damage this Morphling can put out.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We'll see if they bring it down. That is a glyph used, and yep, they're not backing up anytime soon. This should be at least some super creeps by the 28-minute spawns.
J-Storm is looking good here. Like, they're playing solid Dota. I like the drafting, I like overall. A few mistakes here and there, but Resolution showing us why he's got second place in TI. He just played a very smooth game. Had that one death, but that's reasonable against when you're playing a first pick Morphling.
Oh, and Leo, he's on the backside. Going for the Batrider. They don't have detection. No, there's a Glimmer Cape on the Undying. There will be a Hex on the Morphling. There's going to be a dual zone. Oh, dear. What a catch there by the Legion Commander. There's no buyback on either of these two heroes. This is just going to be 2 full sets of racks, my friend.
I mean, he has BKB still on Slark, but that's the problem with the BKB. There's certain games where, like, yeah.
Like, 2 skills, Peterson.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel good. You're just, it feels like you don't mind the draft of Beast Coast, but the itemization
I minded the draft. I minded the draft of Beast Coast. I minded the fact that the Slark was last, because when you, okay, if you pick Slark into 2 counters, when you could have picked it 4th, that means you should have just picked it 4th. Right? Because they drafted Legion.
No, and that will be a hack, but it won't matter. Grimstroke's dead. He has to instantly buy back. Your Slark's still not alive for 20 seconds. You might just be giving up Megas here at 29 minutes in. There will be a Blink double stun. Will they get out? He pops the ulti. There will be a double silence, but oh no, the duel and the turnaround. And I think we might be seeing the crumble of Beast Coast here after such a good group stage.
They were looking good too. It wasn't just like a good score.
Yeah.
Like they were looking like the top contenders to take down forward.
Radiant's
but
top shrine
I mean, I've just been on it. The first game, the draft didn't seem like them, but you give them that, you know, mulligan, say, hey, you know, come back for the second game. I think they're just playing.
Decision, but they can't kill it. My this is your last chance, but I don't blame him. The game's over. The game's over for sure. And
the problem with the BKB on Slark is like, the reason why you buy BKB on Slark is that it allows you to like delay using your ultimate.
Yeah.
And against Legion, without a Linken's, it doesn't allow you to delay using your ultimate. And you saw there that he's forced to BKB ult at the same time, and that